Yo, hello lads, everybody. What you doing? What you saying? What's new? What's up to? So before my pass, I should say that I bought myself a PlayStation VR, and tonight I'm gonna take a review. I'm gonna take a quick look. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick look, honestly, because the items review gonna be very fast, and I hope very fulfilled with the common sense. So I think I was supposed to be paying a little more attention to what's going on in Synapse, the latest from well-known VR studio and Dreams, Fractured Power Wash Simulator VR, especially given it features the vocal chops of some industry legends in Jennifer Hale and David Hayter. But the truth is I could not tell you much of anything about what happened in it. I know there was some kind of secret brain spy dividing into the literal mind of Rogue Colonel through a virtual gateway in order to thwart some nasty plans, but thankfully, I was far too immersed at being a certified badass throughout my handful of hours with the game to take too much notice, which I consider genuinely high praise. When it's not telling its incredibly thin tale, Synapse takes cues from roguelike games with a brain-based structure that sees you attempt to break through 8 zones of defense with your target's mind before tackling final showdown and finish the game. With each death sending you back on the beginning, of course you will be better equipped going in each time thanks to points earned in previous runs, which can be sent on upgrades to give you an edge. It's a mechanic that works especially well here, with the mini challenges that dole out the necessary points making an otherwise successful run still will for now. You will not be rewarded for how long and how far you get into, but by now and how you meet the certain condition, it's a growing challenge tree. So even if you don't make it far in, you'd still usually feel something was accomplished on each run. Better yet, a fair view of the challenges involving making the best use of Synapse ridiculously fun takeaway shooting. Equipped with a gun in the dominant hand and telekinetic powers in the others, the game wants you to feel like a badass at every possible opportunity, and it's rare that it's not even the case. Synapse used the PlayStation VR 2 eye tracking for targeting your telekinesis, which resulted in probably the closest video game jetty simulation I ever encountered. It's especially great when you learn that you can lightly grip explosive barrels to move them around and then give a considerate squeeze to crush and explode, and on top of being able to fire a handful of weapons and different weapons and throw shit around with the online, Synapse also features a very cool cover system that essentially lets you use Alt-R bumpers on the scene controller to grip any part of an environment to put yourself behind for the protection or even to climb just about any walls of ledge you see. By the time you unlock a few upgrades, you'll be able to throw dudes off the ledges and even turn enemies against each other, moving behind the cover, pinning baddies on the ground while you finish them off with a close-range shotgun blast an absolute thrill. You'll need to make good use of everything on offer too, because Synapse isn't shy of a challenge expected given its roguelike tendencies. Ammo is incredible as character, as in Hell, at least you feel out top of the age of your upgrade, so making good use of telekinetic powers to slam enemies against wall until they pulp hurl their grenades back at them and just drop heavy boxes on their head repeatedly is incredibly important. Eventually you find yourself doing all of that on popping of headshots around every corner like your Keanu Reeves, Neo, mixed with the Keanu Reeves John Wick. A complete run to the game conclusion only takes about an hour in total, but most people will spend more than a few hours just getting to a point where that feels possible. At which stage a harder version of the run opens up a danger carrot of the further narrative exploration, followed by an even tougher one. I did find myself wishing for more than 4 enemy types and 4 different weapons by the time I was well into my 3rd complete playthrough. A similar criticism that developer and Dreams has faced with its previous efforts, but simplicity does work in the game favor when it comes to letting players really hone their skills and leveling out different enemy groupings that are generated for each run tend to feel unique time and time again. Simplicity is also extends to the game's look, which is aside from the brief intro, intermission, and narrative sequences is almost entirely monochrome. Any color you will see within the E-Zone is there to guide you toward something whenever it's an item you're focused on, an upgrade or healing station, the rain or fire your weapons, or saving grace of level you exit. It's gorgeous and striking and makes encoders very easy and intuitive to read at a glance, especially with their extra immersion afforded by VR. It all looks nice and sharp, but the clear on the PlayStation VR 2 as well appears sometimes the zone will be shrouded by a fog that's supposed to add extra spice by obstructing your view, but wound up making me feel a bit uncomfortable. And Dreams has also a great job with the game audio production, with explosive effects, unrevealed cult enemy barks, and over-the-worldly wails and aforementioned vocal tones of Hail and Hater, peppering the crushing sci-fi soundtrack and really pulling the whole presentation package together. All of the greatest PlayStation VR 2 features are also really well utilized here, bullets trumping into your head throughout the vision haptics, the feedback from the Sense haptic and adaptive triggers 3D audio, all of it comes together superbly to put you in the zone the entire time you are playing. I don't think I've ever felt this aware of my surroundings and civilization in a game like this, and it also adds so much to the experience of being a badass modern freighter. Synapse really does feel like a game designed to take full advantage of the PlayStation VR 2. Edit well. This is also a game where I found using full analog stick-based locomotion and smooth camera turning into the incredibly comfortable either standing or seated despite its rarely quick pace. It's almost felt necessary to play that way as always staying to how spicy the challenge can be. But for those that needed all of the usual comfort features that you'd want from a VR title are presented and worked well. Thanks for watching. Peace.